our final keynote of the day, I'd like to introduce two colleagues I'm very fortunate to work with every day, Frank and Niklas, our Chief Revenue Officer and Chief Executive Officer.
Be safe.
I saw this about to happen.
Be safe.
Yeah.
We need to order ourselves here. Yes. Hello, everybody.
So stay secure. Yeah. What 2 days, right?
Yes.
It's very hard to comprehend.
We're trying to give you sort of the wrap up. For those of you who have been here last year, this was the two of us trying sort of to recapitulate what we asked you sort of to go through over the last 2 days. We heard it was entertaining, educating, all that. We're trying to recapitulate.
I talked to many people and to many of you, and I mean, it was a lot. It was, what I heard, a good pace also. It was also broad enough to get everybody on board. So I think everyone really, all the speakers did a good job, yeah. But I mean, these were action-packed days. Let's have a look again. So how was it?
Yeah, how was it? Human Firewall Conference is for us every year, sort of the big thing at the end of the year that we're preparing hard for. And so we were very happy to put together 2 days again of packed content. And we were thrilled by the attendees. We had more than 1,500 attendees, so we 10x'd to last year. We had 3 stages, which is really something for, I may remember everybody, we're not an event organization company, right? So we think we do something also here for the community. We had 47 speakers, thanks to all of you. Sure, some of you are still here. We had great talks, 13 talks, and we had 9 panel discussions. So thanks to all of you for this great concept and the content that was provided.
And I think that deserves a round of applause.
Yes. So you may wonder, right? So we told you everything to be protected. We offer a great service for that. Many other companies offer great service. So we can part ways. Why we should meet next year again, right? So why do the 24? Yes, because these are the numbers, right? 82% of organizations don't expect the situation to ease in the next year. So we can probably meet next year, despite of all we just said. And probably here next year, it got worse, right?
And why is that? I mean, I'm personally very happy that we had probably the highest density of psychologists and behavioral scientists on any security conference. I mean, you just heard Linus, who's a psychologist. You heard Inge. Yeah, you can clap for that.
I see you.
Oh, yeah, and there's another psychologist
in the audience.
In the audience, because it's an important topic. We learned from Jamie just today that emotions are very powerful when you want to scam people. I mean, that's something we already knew like 100 years ago, but now we also learned through digital technology, new technologies, and still greed and FOMO. This has now become scaled and is much more, you can do that better in a larger scale. We learned from Inge how it actually is as a victim to fall prey of a cyber attack or to be that one to click, or how it feels to negotiate. We also heard that from Linus. Maybe it's also okay to not follow your emotions too much in that very initial situation. But we know that on the attacker side, psychology is a very important aspect, and that our attackers, or the people attacking us, are more or less very good psychologists.
Yes, and what else did we learn? We learned that cybercrime is an industry, right? So it's where people go every morning to their jobs. We just heard from Linus, right? So sometimes you just speak to the support folks. We heard from John Noble in his keynote about the industrialization of cybercrime, and that really cyber criminals are working in highly professionalized and profitable businesses. By the way, I think we hear John Noble now a couple of times, because I think really his inputs were really amazing and sort of gave a really good impression of where this whole cybercrime thing is currently happening. And the same we heard from Inge, who told us about the ransomware as a service and how sort of we have to protect ourselves against that. Also here, Inge I heard that a lot. So thanks for your participation in Northwave again. That was very telling and a super cool input.
Yeah, and we talked about artificial intelligence. I mean, I kicked it off with AI at the core, and we specifically didn't want to, show deepfakes again and say like, oh, this is possible, or this is how it could look like. We wanted to talk about what's possible today and how you really can set up a work stream to actually enable spear phishing and social engineering with artificial intelligence. I hope many of you, and I heard the numbers, most of you have visited our Danger Lab. I mean, if you haven't, please do so later after this keynote, because it's a real threat. This is not science fiction anymore. These are real workflows that are most likely currently already being used by cybercriminals. We also heard from Sasha Lobo that AI can also have a positive impact on society, but we also need to stay critical. So this is most likely a topic that you will hear about in the next years, and I hope you won't experience the repercussions of it, but it's here to stay.
Yes. Also, we heard, and this is always for me the most interesting part of the Human Firewall conference, what is geopolitics are having to do with our cybercrime evolution. Last year, Katrin Suder told us a lot of things sort of about the geopolitical situation. This year, we even had people in uniform here. We had Tim Zahn from the Bundeswehr here, and John Noble, who also obviously is involved with armed forces. And we learned that the geopolitics have a direct impact on how cybercriminals are motivated, and actually the more we have these conflicts, the more we also see ransomware attacks rising. Also here, John Noble was very key when he shared his experience as a director at the NCSC, how sort of these ransomware attacks are directly connected to these geopolitical situations. Geopolitical situations, not an easy word for a German person, non-native.
And I can tell you, I had the same.
That's why you gave me the slide.
As a little teaser, if you haven't subscribed yet to our podcast, John Noble will be the next guest in the next episode, and obviously we will be talking a lot about geopolitics. We also talked about the specific industries. We had many roundtables, many panels sharing experiences about how to build security culture, about how to get a budget. We looked into various industries, critical infrastructure. I mean, last year there was a little focus on critical infrastructure, but we also learned here that literally every industry can be attacked and is getting attacked. So it's super important to raise your resilience and to improve your posture. I had the pleasure to have a very high-profile panel today where we also talked about what can we do, what do we do as organizations. Took 3 things away. I mean, we talked about many things, but sharing information, another thing that John told us, is super important. So maybe also encouraging you to get out, to reach out, also to your competitors, and share information about attacks, breaches, indicators of compromise. This can only increase resilience in the entire society. We also talked about top management commitment, and we saw the numbers. There is still some way to go, but it improved also through pain, right? Because attacks had been real in the past. And then also one thing I took away when we talk about security awareness and training and security culture, definitely we shouldn't punish, we should more encourage. We should use positive emotions and motivate people versus to scare people.
That's a great segue to the next slide, because obviously this is called the Human Firewall Conference. We're talking about human individuals. We hear a lot about psychology, and we have to realize that people are overwhelmed in our current setup, right? So we have a lot of things that are happening in the world that is overwhelming people, not to mention all of it, but the challenging economic times, wars, violence across the world. There's everything is coming up every day in the news. We had a pandemic just as of recently, who still sort of is impacting the people. So we can and learned that people are very quickly overwhelmed, and they need the empowerment, the positive strengthening of the digital self-defense. So not surprisingly also that we learned in Gigi's keynote all about that, and how we as SOSAFE also trying to support you. We realize the burnout across security teams that are overwhelmed with the current security challenges. So let's be clear, it's not easy to keep track with the current cyber threat landscape, but I think also this is a place where we learn about it and where we keep supporting exactly that.
Yeah, and taking that, we talked about psychology on the attacking side. We have a tool set with behavioral science in our hands to actually make that happen. We heard from Gigi that it has to become your second nature. not to click or to report or react in the appropriate way in the relevant situation. So for that, we need to increase our understanding of our colleagues and to really get into their heads and win their hearts and minds to really motivate them and help them train continuously to do the right thing in the right situation.
Yes, and also we learned, also in the Hidden Champions panel today, it's not just about teaching, it's about building security instincts and exactly this culture. How do you go beyond teaching? How do you shift towards nourishing security cultures? So thank you to all of our customers, not only on stage, but also here in the audience today, also in the exchanges, learning, exchanging knowledge is exactly how we're going to do that is also the reason why we do this. So thanks a lot for coming here and helping us also to adapting basically to this new normal. And you can give a round of applause to yourself here. Thanks. So it's a wrap.
Oh, yeah, it's a wrap, but one more thing, or one last thing from our side, but then also, obviously, we will get Shannon back to the stage. But, I mean, the one question remains. I mean, we are the first and last line of defense as humans. And it's, I mean, we already gave it away. It's super, super important that we are all getting together and exchange and learn from each other to really build that, next generation or current generation of cyber heroes. In order to do that, again, we want to encourage you to take part in our community. So that's the place where we want to do that. So it will, as Shannon told us, involve channels, various channels, a Slack channel, also forums to exchange and to also exchange best practices, to exchange threats. And this is something we want to build here. We want to initiate here to build a community because we heard so many times that this is super, super, super crucial and important.
Of all the people who are not holding up their mobile phones right now, I'm assuming you have done it already. So please be part of our community.
Use the URL, which is a little bit blurry, but obviously it's also on the website. And then
thank you for participating.
I mentioned the podcast, obviously. So the next episode will be with John Noble. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. I mean, maybe the perfect content for the way home, in the train or in the car. Take whatever you want. Today it's possible. I mean, we will be launching a new episode every week. And stay tuned. It will be super, super exciting. Speaking of.
And one more thing. We already said it yesterday. We will do this again. We received already great feedback of all of you. So as in our effort to make this a community, we will see hopefully all of you again next year at HufiCon 2024. Again in Cologne. I already revealed where we will meet. We will meet at Halle Tor 2. So assumingly we will probably extend the audience again. Let's see if we can do 10x again. Let's see. But you could help us with also, again, registering right now. I heard that we have already a 3-digit number of registrants. So I know that sort of the seats are flying. So make sure you secure your seat.
Exactly. And we're very much looking forward to that. Yes.